Well, good morning and welcome to another episode of Holy FaceTime. This morning we've got two feasts on the Marian Calendar today. For September 13th, we have Our Lady of Zell in Austria, and we also have Our Lady of Guadalupe in Spain. So you're getting a 2-for-1 deal today. So anyway, let us read from this morning from Our Lady of Zell. The glorious pilgrim church of Zell is nestled in the midst of the Styrian Mountains, 50 miles southwest of Vienna. It is mantled in snow most of the winter, and it is a haven for skiers. It is the Lourdes of Central Europe since its founding. It has become the most popular Marian shrine in Austria, and there's a miraculous wooden statue of the Virgin Mary that is much venerated at the church. According to tradition, there was once a Benedictine monk known as Magnus, who in the year 1157 left his abbey at Lambrecht, seeking a more contemplative life. As he was passing through the forest looking for a suitable place for his hermitage, he encountered a massive black boulder that blocked his way. Magnus was stymied, and as he could not continue in that direction, so he took out a small statue of the Blessed Virgin that he kept with him, placing the statue on a log, and he knelt down to pray for guidance. The heavenly assistance was not long in waiting, for the ground began to tremble, and with a loud crack the boulder broke in two. A strange light emanated from the broken edge of the stone, revealing the miraculous cause of the break. Magnus realized at once that he had found the location of the hermitage that he'd been seeking, and he placed his cherished statue on the stump and built a small shrine to display the miraculous statue. Pilgrims came at once, almost immediately, as news of the miracle spread throughout the region. Magnus's statue, known as the Magna Mater Austria, can be still viewed. It is just over 18 inches tall and is kept in what is called the Chapel of Miracles, which is located above the very place where Magnus had made his monastic cell. The statue depicts the Mother of God holding the divine child in her arm. The baby Jesus holds an apple, recalling the fall of man and his later redemption. The statue is also known as the Great Mother of Austria, the Great Lady of Hungary, and the Great Mother of the Slavic people. The first small shrine was enlarged with a church in the year 1200 and was further expanded in 1335 after King Henry I had been granted a miraculous cure. After being told in a dream to go to Our Lady of Zell, King Louis the Great of Hungary had the Mariazza Basilica built in the year 1363, which is also known as the Basilica of the Birth of the Virgin Mary. In gratitude for a military victory he won over the numerically superior army of the Turks, he had 20,000 men against 80,000 Turks. And so the church he had built was a Gothic style in 1377. King Louis I added a chapel called the Genendenkapelle, the Chapel of Grace. The church was damaged by fire in 1420 and again in 1474, but then expanded again in the 17th century, and it is the same church that stands today. The various peoples of the broad Danubian area have made Our Lady of Zell the goal of their pilgrimages. Jewels, crowns, and garments were brought to the Great Mother of Zell. Untold thousands of Austrians, Hungarians, Croats, Slovenes, Czechs have all knelt before Mary's image, each feeling that his race was under the special protection of Mary. A lamp of pure silver burns before the altar, and it is a gift of the Empress Maria Theresa. She was mother of a great empire and brought her sorrow to Maria Zell, to the Mother of God. No castle of Our Lady was more honored and enriched by the Habsburgs. An average of 1 million people annually make a pilgrimage to the shrine of Our Lady of Zell, which in 1907 was made a minor basilica by Pope St. Pius X, who also crowned the statue that same year. There are solemn processions on the eve of the feast of Our Lady of Maria Zell, September 13th, the Feast of the Assumption, August 15th, and the Nativity of the Blessed Mother on September the 8th. So that's a beautiful story. So let's read also the other feast that we celebrate today on the Marian Calendar, and that's Our Lady of Guadalupe, Spain. So the Marian Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe is located in Extremadura region of what was the Kingdom of Castile, now known as Spain. The shrine houses a Black Madonna, a statue crafted, what's said to be by the loving hands of St. Luke the Evangelist himself. Our Lady of Guadalupe is a place of pilgrimage still very celebrated in Spain. Father Marian assures us that this image, Our Lady of Guadalupe, which was already famous in the 4th century, was sent by Pope Gregory the Great to St. Leander, Bishop of Seville. Spain was invaded by the Muslims in the year 711, who completely overwhelmed the Visigothic kingdom then in existence. The beloved statue of the Blessed Virgin was taken by the Christians who fled before the advance of the invading hordes, eventually placing the statue in a strong box and burying it in a cave near the Asturian mountains to keep it safe from the enemy. And those who had safeguarded the statue died, while the existence of the statue and the knowledge of its location were lost to men. A humble yet very capable man named Pelayo retreated to the Asturian mountains, and soon other brave men joined him in resisting the Muslim conquerors of Spain. Pelayo was made their king, and it was the beginning of the Reconquista, or the reconquest of Spain, which took nearly 800 years to achieve. When the Reconquista was completed, Spain would be the world power once again, Catholic and Islam driven out of the peninsula. In the year 1326, the Blessed Virgin appeared to a shepherd near the village of Guadalupe, and asking him to have priests come and dig at the site of the apparition. When they responded, the priest found the strongbox that had been buried in the earth for over 600 years, and it contained documents that identified the cherished statue that became known as Our Lady of Guadalupe. The Marian shrine was built there in her honor, and immediately pilgrims began to visit the shrine dedicated to Our Lady of Guadalupe. And in 1340, King Alfonso XI endowed the sanctuary, over which he took a particular interest. It was in that same year that Abu Hassan of Morocco had invaded the Iberian Peninsula with a huge army, intending to march into Castile and reverse the earlier Catholic expansion into what would been Muslim territory. The Battle of Rio Saludo had been hard fought, though it ended in a Christian victory, and that King Alfonso attributed to the intercession of the Blessed Virgin, Our Lady of Guadalupe. 49 years later, Don Juan I gave the shrine into the hands of a certain Huronite monks, and adding to it the lordship of a large town which had grown up near it. The convent, which took the name of Santa Maria, is situated in the middle of the present city, and as at times when it was founded were very insecure, it has more appearances of a suburb citadel than of a peaceful monastery. There's an infirmary for the sick poor, a house of entertainment for strangers, 2 colleges, and 2 fine cloisters. In 1389, the celebrated Spanish architect Juan Alfonso began the church, which has a nave and 2 aisles, and the walls of which are ornamented with magnificent votive offerings, attesting to the Spaniards say to more than 3,000 authentic miracles of the Blessed Virgin, Our Lady of Guadalupe. Wow. The image of the Blessed Virgin is upon the high altar, which but a few years ago was lighted by more than 100 lamps of massive silver. Queen Donna Maria, wife of Don Juan II, his son, Don Enrique, and some other princes have chosen to be buried in this church, which is decorated with excellent tapestry by Zurbaran and Jordan. The veneration of Our Lady of Guadalupe crossed the ocean and was established by miracles in Mexico, a country totally devoted to the Mother of God. The magnificent captain, Hernan Cortez, conquered the Aztec Empire, paving the way for Our Lady of Guadalupe. Cortez himself was from this Extremadura, so it should be of no surprise that the Blessed Virgin should identify herself to the Indian St. Juan Diego as Our Lady of Guadalupe. Well, thank you all for joining us at Holy FaceTime, and I hope you enjoyed these stories of Our Lady. I love stories of Our Lady and how her intercession and her great conquest and all these armies invading and these miracles of these lost statues being lost for ages and then being rediscovered by these apparitions are incredible. So I always love these stories. So until next time, God bless you all. Have a blessed day in the Lord. Blessed be his holy name, and blessed be his adorable face. God bless you all. Bye now.